Hey, hey, hey! So, welcome to our video review of Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 6, titled Blood of My Blood. Before we start, I just want to pay homage to the video review channel What the Flick, because they are our inspiration for having started this. And we like that so much that we actually kind of look forward to it almost as much as we look forward to watching Game of Thrones itself, because it's really good. It's the best review channel. So if you've never watched it before, go and watch it. They really are good. But sometimes their predictions are completely off, and our predictions are better than their predictions. So that's why we started this. And we want to see if our predictions are actually going to be more accurate than their predictions. Anyway, so the title of this episode is Blood of My Blood, and Game of Thrones always has titles which will apply to the different storylines in different ways. So obviously, this Blood of My Blood is a reference to the Blood Riders of the Khal, and we see that in the end where Daenerys gets a dragon out. And talks about Blood Riders. But it also applies to all the other storylines because each one of them has actually got like a very close blood relationship. Like Sam goes back to his family and meets his father and brother, and um,
Marjorie and Tyrells.
yeah, so it's her father and her grandmother are coming to save her. So that's got, and also it's in that storyline. It's also because Jamie is Tommen's father.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of father-son thing going on, isn't there? Walder Frey is like he's dealing with his sons, and at the same time he's bringing out what's his name? The Brutus. It is. He was Brutus in the what Rome.
Yeah.
He was Brutus in Rome, wasn't he? That
Yeah.
guy who's the Tully,
Yeah.
the younger Tully. So it's all that. So anyway, that's the thing. So I think the biggest thing is actually the return of Uncle Benjen, and again that's his like not his father, but his father's brother and nephew. So there's that blood relationship. Were you surprised when you saw that?
So what?
The return of Uncle Benjen.
No. As soon as the horse rode, I was like, yeah, that's Uncle Benjamin.
No, I mean, but were you surprised when you saw that it's Uncle Benjen who came to their rescue?
Well, I wouldn't say I was surprised. It was nice. It was nice to see him again because obviously we never knew what had happened to him.
Yeah.
Because he disappeared, yes, but there was always going to be the possibility that he was going to be coming back.
And I think the interesting thing about Uncle Benjen was the weapon he had, because it was like the fireball. Well, it's not a fireball, but it's a ball on a chain which explodes into fire by some kind of magic. And that's the key to defeating the zombies, because as soon as they get hit with that, they just burn, right? And once they're burned, they can't be raised back from
Didn't
the dead.
you say the dead don't remain dead then?
They said the dead don't rest. I don't really know. I mean, it's a bit cryptic. Um, but if you burn the body, then how can the body be raised again?
Yeah.
So if it's burnt to ashes, I mean, presumably he knew they might send more. And he didn't kill all of the zombies anyway, because there were still a few of them chasing after them.
Yeah.
So I think, and also in that vision that Bran was having just before they were rescued, there were all those scenes of wildfire being fought and fluid being fought. So again, because they can make wildfire down in King's Landing, so that might be the key to defeating the wildlings. I mean, the zombies. Sorry.
What is it like?
What, the wildfire? Yeah. I don't. Because they had the.
For some reason, I thought it had something to do with the dragons.
No. You don't need dragons to make it, because it was manufactured by the alchemists in King's Landing for Tyrion. Actually, it was Cersei who started making it, because Tyrion found them making it, and he was like, "Yeah, you got to make more." So that maybe it's kind of like that's the key to defeating them. Because I mean, you could get 10,000 zombies, but if you've got wildfire, you could use it to wipe them out. So yeah, that's what I thought. And so you go on to the next storyline, which is Sam, the fat ass. That's what the flick people call him. It's not my fault. And you've got his father and his brother in the, making their first appearance. And the father was actually previously in Downton Abbey. So I read this on the internet that actually um, that scene was actually directed as a bit of a homage to Downton Abbey, like the way the house looks when they come in and the servants are lining up to greet them, and the dinner, which is like a kind of, you know, very civilized kind of dinner, which you don't really see in Game of Thrones mostly. Um, yeah.
It was kind of felt a bit pointless though. The whole thing. It's like they came. I think that the only reason why they went back there is to get the sword.
No, but Sam meant to leave Gilly and the baby there.
Yeah.
And initially, like
but he ended up taking them all back.
I think that was a spur of the moment. I think if his father hadn't been an ass to him, he probably would have. He was. I think he was planning to leave them there. He wasn't planning to steal the sword, but he got cheesed off because his father was being so nasty to him. So I think and that's why.
I mean, in terms of the story, though. I mean, there's only a point to that whole storyline if it was so that he would go away with the sword. Otherwise, there's no point in going into that storyline.
I don't know. I thought they were quite. I thought Sam's brother's name was very Dickon. Yeah, he was a bit of a dick. I mean, when Ginny says, "Oh, he killed a White Walker," he was laughing. There's no such thing. I don't know. I think we'll see. And the guy, the father guy, right? I don't know what his name is. The Downton Abbey guy. He's actually a well-known actor, so they wouldn't bring him in just for like a few minutes in one episode. I think we're going to see. I think they just wanted to introduce him and bring him, and he's supposed to be like a great warrior as well. So he might be coming in more in future things. I love the bit where he says to Judy, "Get your things," and she's like, "I don't have any things." Yeah, so that was the thing. But I don't know, like, do you find the Sam storyline a bit boring?
I think the whole of this episode was a little bit more reserved. It's like it kind of felt like nothing major really happened. I know that there was progression in each storyline, but it was so steady to start off with. I was expecting something big to happen because everything was very kind of calm and.
Yeah, and the title, "Blood of My Blood."
Yeah.
Expect somebody to
I
die.
thought there was going to be a big death this episode. Yeah. I almost said. I
actually thought Jamie might die because that time when he rode up the stairs, I thought, "Wow, you better not go there."
I think the Lannisters they remembered Cersei and Jamie. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there was a time when we would have been like, "Yeah, let them die."
Yeah, in the beginning, but now.
But one thing is that, like, I think after watching the Warcraft movie, which we've done a review about, and you should check it out as well. The action just seemed a bit low key. When we rewatched it this morning, like the scene where Uncle Benjamin's killing the zombies, it just didn't seem that. It didn't seem very exciting, the action.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's.
But then it felt like that the first time we watched it as well, and that was.
Yeah, that's before we watched the movie. Yeah. I don't know. I think after watching the Warcraft movie, it's so much high energy action that that fight sequence didn't actually look that impressive.